Hey now, what's up y'all? It's Little Paulette without the gang, and I am back with another recap for y'all. Did y'all miss me? I missed you. And as you can see, I got a little makeover. I got the little peaches and herb thing going on. You know, that's for y'all, because I wanted to just say, reunited, and it feels so good. But I can't sing, but I digress. Anyway, y'all, I'm back with a new show. It's called Riches. Anybody ever heard of it? Anybody started watching it? And if you did you already watch it all the way to the end? What did you think about it? And tell me how you like my recap. And thank you guys so much for watching my videos. And don't forget to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. And if you want to know when my videos are coming out, don't forget to hit that bell notification, okay? Alright, so let's get right into the show, Riches. It's very much like the last show, but it's kind of with the African twist to it. Okay? Alrighty, let's get into it. So we start off where it looks like the downtown area of the UK. Busy UK, and then they show like these high-rise buildings that have the initial EG, and then they show like all these fancy looking beauty products that have the initials EG, and then they show a black man and he's in an office in one of those buildings, and he says nobody that knows anything about black women would think that his investment was a high risk. And he starts telling, I guess he's doing an interview, and he starts telling this white man about how he went to all the big name investors with his proposal, and they all turned him down, you know, saying that because they didn't know how black women shop, honey. I bet you they know now though, don't they? $1 billion business every year selling to us. Who said we was poor? Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it. And black women beauty business generates upwards of 5 billion pounds in the UK. I don't even know what it is in America now. I knew back in the day it was $1 billion a year. So I don't even know if it's the same or more or underneath. But I know that we got some money, honey. And he made it a point to tell the newspaper guy that everybody is scrambling for a piece of the black power because they regret not investing in us before, but they want to get a piece of us without involving us, you know, so we don't make nothing off of it usually. He telling the truth, nothing but the truth. White dude reporter asked him, do you think you held back over the years? I guess because now he's telling it like it is because of racism. And he said, what do you think? He said, we get so sick of you asking us over and over and over and over again if racism still exists. You know it exists. He's like, if y'all don't think it exists, then why weren't we ever featured on your magazine before? He's like, I'm a homegrown British success story. Like, they make all that money, then why weren't we ever featured if racism ain't real or if it don't exist? Why would you have to ask us that? You know, the reporter changed the question, changed the subject, and then he asked about his kids from his first marriage, Nina and Simon. Why aren't they involved if it's a family-run business? And the dude just laughed and was like, any more questions? Like, so obviously he's not going to answer it. So y'all know what that means. They part of the plot. Then we see the daughter Nina back in the United States. That's where she is. Remember, this dude is in the UK. Because they say her closing a deal, the biggest one ever in the history of their company. So she's a big wig at the company. She's gorgeous, chocolate, just intelligent, all that. And everybody is saying, here, Nina, honey. Here, Nina. Doing the damn thing. Yeah, Nina gets told that, you know, she's in the heading as the vice president or whatever. Then you see her at the bar. I guess she having like a little celebration drink by herself. She flirting with a dude across the bar. Then she get a call. they show the call ID. You can see it's a UK call. She goes outside and answers the phone. It's her father. She asks him how he got this number, and he's like, I want to talk to you. You're doing so well in America. You're a chip off the old block. And she is like, I'm not doing this. Like, obviously she don't F with him at all, okay? One of the co-workers noticed that she not out at the bar. She go outside. She see Nina just hanging up. And she teased her about still working. And she turned around and see Nina face so upset. So she asked her, she okay? Nina gonna lie and say it was the wrong number. And the girl is like, you know, she want to live vicariously through Nina because she pregnant and Nina is the godmother. They walk back in the bar and the dude is sitting over there. Nina give him the eye, let him know that she want that. Like, he could get this right now. He could get it. And then her friend is like, that's the problem. You always choose the wrong guys. And Nina like, I don't want to marry him. And she was like, yeah, that's the problem. Yeah. But Nina had hung up on her father, you know, so she was trying to play it off like it was just the wrong number. But it was her father. She hung up on his ass. I wonder what he did. Next thing you know, it cuts to the father looking at all his achievements on the wall of his office, walking around looking at his office, like smelling it, you know, taking it all in. Then he tells the secretary, you know, she can leave. They show the cleaning lady coming in, and his office is like encased in glass around this other, you know, big office, so he can see everything he's watching. And as he's backing back into his office, he start holding himself, you know, I don't know if he's having a heart attack or a stroke, but he having one of them. I guess he tries to call for the maid, but she can't hear him because he's in that glass office. And of course he's not loud. He's muffled, you know, because he's in pain. Then he just falls behind the desk. Yeah, so, you know, obviously, because she hung up on him. And then it cuts to some woman, look like some older woman, look older than me, in the bed with some young dude. Wonder who that is, y'all. Her phone starts ringing, and the dude noticed that she not answering, so he say, it's not me. And then she said, oh, turn it off. I wonder who she is talking about turn it off. Then it cuts to some dude in the club dancing with a couple of girls. He gets a phone call. It's his sister saying dad collapsed in the club, and mom isn't answering her phone. So that's who mom was. Dad's wife, with another dude giving her a massage in her lingerie. Looked like they was about to get busy, or they just got done getting busy. Okay? While her husband is collapsed. Yes. Okay? Already good. Then we get a young girl who's actually doing, looks like a YouTube video, a makeup tutorial. And she gets a call, and it says Wanda on the caller ID. And she looks at it and says, not today, Satan, not today. And rejects it. And go on back and put on her makeup. And I bet you y'all could guess. That's probably one of his daughters. And old girl goes right on back to making her videos. She had record on her camera. Then it goes to the hospital. There's another little young girl at the desk saying, you don't know who you have in there. Do you know who that is that you have in there? Call the Sultan immediately and tell them I want to speak with them regarding my father's care. And then the machines start beep, 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 beep in her father's room. And then the doctor just goes on and runs up in there, or the nurse or whoever the attendant was at the damn desk that she was talking to. And then next thing you know, you see a pretty little sports car rushing down the street, and I guess you can guess who that is too. That brother that left the club, yeah. And guess what's happening to him? He getting profiled by the popo. So the popo was messing with him, making him do the, what is that thing for the drinks, when they make you do the test to see if you're drunk, and then the car stolen, and you know all the stuff they do to black men when they pull them over. Meanwhile, he telling the man he need to get to the hospital because his father dying, but he ain't trying to hear that. So yeah, it's terrible. Mama then showed up at the hospital, wig looking all crooked, looking like she just got up out the bed, rolling around. And the daughter that was at the desk is like, Mom, where have you been? I've been calling you. And you know, she ain't say nothing. The doctor came out and she's like, I'm his wife. Try to change the subject. And they got it, the way the hospital is there is like, you look through the glass, like, you know, like out in America when a baby is born and they have the nursery and you can see all the babies. That's how they have the room there, where you just look through the glass. When the popo finally let him go, you see him busting through the hospital doors, and you see his mother and sister sitting on the bench. He called his mother name, and she just shake her head no. And you can see she been crying, the sister been crying. Yeah. Daddy gone, y'all. Daddy gone. And the way he was looking at the office and looking at the pictures and stuff, it seemed like he was expecting to die soon. It was like he knew. I don't know. It just seemed like that to me, y'all. I don't know, because I watch this as I do my little recap, y'all. Now we back in America, and they show Nina's brother Simon. So those are the two kids that the reporter was asking the rich man about that died. And he's a hairdresser, it looks like, for some models and stuff. And he's styling the model's hair. And then he gets a text message, and you just see him like whisper, oh my God, with a sad face. So, you know, he didn't found out that his daddy didn't die, y'all. And obviously their daddy was estranged from them. This is the clues I'm picking up. But like I said, I watch it and I do my review while I'm watching it. So this is what I'm picking up, the little pieces I'm putting together. Then they cut to the little vlogger, and she just waking up, all sunshiny, yawning, and she turns on her iPhone. You can see it was off. And she got about 15 notifications from one sister, 4 calls from her mama she missed, and another 15 or 17 from somebody else, you know, calling her to tell her about her damn daddy. Yeah, because that's probably one of the sisters. That's why they would call her that many times. She looked a little bit older than the one at the than the one that was at the hospital, but she's still young, chill. Y'all, I don't know why I'm tongue-tied. Maybe it's this wine I'm drinking. My bad. Then it cuts to Miss Nina riding some dude like a horse. You know, the one from the bar that she was giving him the eye that he could get it. Yeah, well, he got it, but she was riding him like a horse, honey. And then she got up on off top of him, and he was like, where you going? And she put that robe on and was like, look, it's late. Okay. She did the Robin Givens on her, like, no. I don't know where you going, but you getting up out of her. He said, so you want me to go? And she was like, sharing a bed with someone is a pretty intimate thing, and I don't know you like that. And he was like, so you want me to go? And she was like, yeah. And he was like, F you. Oh, poor Ting Ting, he in his feelings. Take your ass home. Bye. Y'all, he was mad because she said thank you. He ran down the steps, and when he opened the door, the brother Simon was at the door, and he was like, this is awkward. So the dude was like, who the F is this? And then he's like a face like, oh, forget it. And just ran out the door. Too funny. She said, hey, Si. He put his head to the side, and then she came down the steps, and she was like, what happened? He was like, Steven's dead. Steven is the daddy, y'all. Nina looked stunned, and she was like, she must have said that about 3 times. And then the little fake laugh, and then gonna say, oh, you had me worried. You came all the way to Brooklyn for that. Trying to act like she don't care. Girl, I know you mad at him, but you still care. Cut it out. Cut it out. And Sai looking at her like, girl, you lost your mind. That's still our father. Sai said, our father is dead. Like, kind of trying to grab her and kind of, you know, lightly. And she's like, I don't care. And like walks away like, oh well. She said he been dead in her head for years, so the actual death don't even bother her. Simon said his lawyer called Gideon, and she was like, "Why?" And Simon was like, "So we can go to the funeral." She was like, "Girl, you don't take your butt to your father's funeral. And you're a billionaire. Girl, please, you better get on down there. Or up there, wherever the UK at. Get on up there." Simon said he was our father. She said, "More like a glorified sperm donor." And she said, "Why would I do anything for him?" He was like, "Because you need the closure." It made her think. She knows she need to take her butt to the UK, y'all. So he hugged her and was like, "We should go and say goodbye, but we got to tell Mom." Now we're going to see why Nina got the attitude she got. Some of her, whatever her mother was feeling, her mother must have let it be known, hunty. She was not about the life with Mr. Steven Richards. Okay? He did something to her. Y'all know he did something to her. Mama said, "If you already decided, what you coming to me for?" And they was like, "We just wanted you to know." She was like, "Now I know. That man abandoned me with nothing." Yeah, I knew it. I knew he did her dirty. She said, "I brought us to America. My sister had to take us in." Simon started saying something in, I don't know what language it was, but she started saying the two, but louder, like, "You don't tell me. Like, you better settle down, sir." Simon said, "We understand what you're saying," but Mother said, "But what?" And then she said, You very quiet," to Nina. Nina was like, "It's only a couple of days in London." Mama said, "He was your father. Go to London then. See the woman he chose over us." And got up and sashayed her butt away. She hot, but she gotta realize that is their father, and if they want to go say goodbye, they should be able to go say goodbye, Mama. Come on, be nice, Mama. It's gonna work out for y'all in the end, like it always does, honey. Good over evil. And why they go back to the UK and the young sisters is arguing? The one that was at the hospital, the brat, and then the one that was making the makeup videos. And they start arguing, and the mother's like, he wouldn't want that. Why the sister that was making the videos say yes, he would want us to fight? Okay, y'all know that's some type of clue for you to remember when they start talking about who this cat really is, right? Always. They mama tell them stop fighting, talk about how he brought her from being poor, now she rich, all that kind of stuff, and how the son gonna have to step up because he the man of the family, etc., etc. They look like they either just came from a funeral or they're about to go to the funeral. So you see the lawyer, looked like he texting Nina and Simon because they don't show who it is, asking them if they had a good flight. So I'm just assuming that it's Nina and Simon coming in from America. So they show a burial, with the family all around. No Nina, no Simon. And then they show a plane landing. Then they show Nina and Simon, they come walking out the building, and that's when all the texts start going bloop, 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 bloop. And then he says, "Uh-oh." And Nina's like, "What?" And he's like, "Dear mommy, dearest, change the time of the funeral. It was this morning." Now y'all know that's a hell of a bitch right there. Child, they at the repast, and there's two women sitting at the repast with their faces all turned up saying that he's not cold and they already spending his money. I seen one of them kind of cry out at the funeral, so maybe that's one of the sisters or somebody of him. I don't know, but she seemed like she might be related the way she talking, and ain't like she trying to be quiet either. She kind of letting it be known. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't give a damn that she at a repast and she talking about the widow. Yeah, it's like that. One of the sisters said she ain't worked one day in her life. I don't see, maybe I think she said like, what he's seeing her, she ain't all that or whatever. And then her husband is like looking at her, shaking his head like with his face turned up, but he looking at the sister-in-law, which is the widow, like, yeah, I see what he see. It's so funny. And she pops his hand and gives him like a good looking up and down. Like, you better recognize Ninja. Now we know who the little young boy is. Well, I didn't mention it to you when I seen it before, but he had came in the room while they was in there arguing. But the little boy that the mother was in the bed with works at the company. Obviously, she probably helped get him a job up in there so she can watch what's going on. Because she is definitely that type of, I don't even know what to call her. But yeah, he asked her who the executor of the will was. And she said it was Gideon, the father's lawyer. And she said she hated him because the husband knew that she didn't like him because he was a white man looking down on her. Child, they have a couple of scenes with these old spoiled kids, especially the youngest one, yelling at the help, like talking down to him in the worst way. And it's time for the will reading. And before they go in, they discuss that the other kids is coming, and that because they didn't come to the funeral, if they show up for the will reading, they're dirty, rotten gold diggers. But they don't know their mama changed the time of the funeral on purpose. She would have changed this if she had control over it, but she couldn't because Gideon wouldn't change it without letting them know. Lena and Simon is in the car on the way to the crib. And the will reading is happening, but they don't know about it. They just going over there because they missed the funeral, so they just going over, I guess, maybe for the repast part. And they get to the door, and Simon is like, hi. Before they even got to ring the doorbell or knock or whatever, just in time for the will reading. And Nina looks at her brother, and they look at each other like, what? And they walk in, y'all. And I'm going to stop my video right here. But y'all come back for part 2 of The Riches, Season 1, Episode 1. It's called See Trouble Coming, y'all. Come back for part 2 of See Trouble Coming. Don't forget to hit the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification if you want to know when my next video is coming out. And thank y'all so much for always watching my videos. Thank you. I appreciate you taking your time with me. Part 2, y'all. Peace.